students, good morning. Myself Professor Cam Rupnavar from TC College Baramati, and today we are going to learn chapter number 5, fluorescence and phosphorescence, from paper CHA 5304, analytical spectroscopy, and this one is a part of second section. Previously we have seen introduction of fluorescence and phosphorescence, as fluorescence and phosphorescence are the part of photoluminescent spectroscopy, and we have seen how fluorescence occurs and the phosphorescence occur. Here fluorescence corresponds to emission of radiation during the electron transition from an excited level to a lower level, that is ground state, without electron spin reversal. That means simply initially molecule is at ground state S0, it absorbs radiations, and the absorbed radiation is of highest energy than the emitted one. The ground state molecule, the ground state ion or ground state atom absorbs energy and goes to the excited state. In the excited state, the species have the greatest amount of energy, and when this species comes to the ground state, there is again a emission of one photon. That's why this phenomena is called as a photoluminescence. Means absorbance is also of a photon and emission is also of a photon, but absorbed photon is of higher energy than the emitted one. The process fluorescence occurs in a fraction of seconds. That's why this is called as a fast process as compared to phosphorescence. But sometimes the fluorescence can occur with delay in time. Means there is somewhat greater time required, and this process is called as a delayed fluorescence, and it can happen by four mechanisms. As first one is a E-type delayed fluorescence, second one is a P-type delayed fluorescence, third one is a recombination fluorescence, and last one is a excimer emission. These are the four types of delayed fluorescence. Here is the first one, E-type delayed fluorescence. E-type delayed fluorescence can occur after initial excitation to the first excited singlet state, then inter-system crossing to the triplet state, and thermal re-excitation to the excited singlet state, and relaxation to the ground state with simultaneous emission of radiation. The delay in the fluorescence is caused by the delays in the two steps involving inter-system crossing, and E-type delayed fluorescence occurs only when the energetic difference between the excited singlet and excited triplet state is sufficiently small to permit the transition from the triplet state to the singlet state to occur by thermal excitation. See, the written part will be better studied by using this diagram, or you can understand by using this diagram. See, here is the ground state S0. S0 means the singlet ground state. See, here is the S1. This is a S1 means excited, first excited singlet state. After absorption of photon, the molecule, atom or ion which is initially present at ground state goes to the excited state. In the excited state, it spends some time before directly coming to the ground state. It will enters into the triplet state. From here, this ion or molecule which is initially at ground state goes to the excited state, and by intersystem crossing it comes into the triplet state. When it comes to the triplet state, again there is a thermal re-excitation. Means the molecule from triplet state again goes to the first excited singlet state and then comes to the ground state. That means this process requires the time for the fluorescence. Fluorescence means what? The molecule absorbs energy, goes to the excited state, and then again there is a emission of one photon and molecule comes to the ground state. This is the definition of fluorescence. But instead of that, there is a two steps involved in the intersystem crossing. Molecule get transitions from S0 to S1, then comes to the triplet state, and here the energy difference between singlet excited state and the triplet state is very less. That's why intersystem crossing occurs here. Route 2 shows intersystem crossing. The molecule or ion comes from singlet state excited state to the triplet state, and from triplet to again singlet there is a re-excitation or the thermal re-excitation of the electron or ion, and then this ion comes to the ground state, and then there is a luminescence. This is called as a E-type fluorescence, and figure heading is given here. An energy level diagram that illustrates the transitions during E-type delayed fluorescence. The dashed lines, the dashed lines represent radiation-less transitions. That means here no luminescence occur. There is a no emission of photon. That's why these lines or dashed lines or the intersystem crossing transitions are called as a radiation-less transition. The numbers indicate the order in which the transition occur. This one shows the absorption of light and then excitation. Then this 2 indicates the intersystem crossing to the triplet state. 3 indicates the thermal re-excitation to the singlet state, and 4 represents the fluorescence. S0 is the ground singlet state, S1 is a excited singlet state, and T1 represents the first excited triplet state. Okay, this is the E-type delayed fluorescence. Now see in this diagram, same diagram is here. This diagram B is for E-type fluorescence. S0 is the singlet ground state, S1 is the singlet excited state. Molecule, ion or atom or electron initially is in the ground state. It goes to the excited singlet state after absorption. Then there is no direct fluorescence, but there is a less energy difference between excited singlet and the excited triplet. That's why there is an intersystem crossing. The electron enters into the triplet state and then again re-excites to the S1 or the singlet excited state, and then comes to the ground state. This is called as a delayed fluorescence or E-type delayed fluorescence. Now the P-type delayed fluorescence. This is the second type. This type of fluorescence occurs through the triplet annihilation. That means there are two triplet states are present. After excitation to the first excited singlet state by absorption, intersystem crossing occurs as in phosphorescence. A reaction of two molecules in the triplet state yields one molecule in the excited singlet state, and ground state molecule can fluoresce during relaxation to the ground state. This can be better understood by using these equations. Initially molecule is in the singlet state. This 1, 2 or 3 represents various factors. A1 means A is the supposed reactant which is initially present in the singlet state or in the singlet ground state. A is at ground state. On A, the photon of energy h nu 1 is bombarded. A absorbs photon h nu, and there is a excitation of A into the excited singlet state, and the energy is excess. That's why here is written A star. Then This A star after intersystem crossing enters into the triplet state. 3 shows the triplet state. Obviously triplet state it is again a excited state than the singlet ground state. That's why here is written star. Now take two species which is present in the triplet state. Obviously energy of that species is excess energy. Two species means suppose 4 electrons. One species comes at the ground state and second species remains or re-excites into the higher excited state S1. Then this species from excited singlet state comes to the ground state with emission of photon H nu 2. See, here is the diagram of p-type delayed fluorescence. See, initially A species is in the ground state singlet. Therefore, I have written here A1. A1. When it absorbs energy, goes to the excited state, becomes A1 star. Then this species comes into the triplet state by intersystem crossing. Here we have to take the two triplet species. That means 2A1, 3, 2A3 star. Here what present 2A star. 2A3 star is present in the triplet state. Out of them, one species comes to the ground state and there is a phosphorescence. Remaining one species again re-excites to the singlet excited state and then it comes to the ground state. This is a fluorescence. In the p-type fluorescence, there is a phosphorescence is also observed and fluorescence is also observed due to triplet annihilation. And A represents the molecule, superscript 1 represents singlet state, superscript 3 represents triplet state, and star represents an excited state. And in p-type of delayed fluorescence, intensity of p-type delayed fluorescence is directly proportional to the square of the intensity of the incident radiations, and this is because of 2 photons are required to produce a single emitted photon. In p-type fluorescence, what here written 2, see here 2 photons are required to produce a single emission photon. Therefore, intensity of p-type delayed fluorescence is directly proportional to square of intensity of the incident radiation. Third type of fluorescence or third type of delayed fluorescence is the recombination fluorescence. Recombination fluorescence occurs after absorption of radiations. The molecule in the excited singlet state is a photooxidized to yield a radical cation. Means molecule is initially at the ground state, it absorbs the radiation, goes to the excited singlet state, and there its photooxidation occurs. Oxidation means simply loss of electron. That's why there is a formation of radical cation. And photooxidation occurs from an excited vibrational level of the first excited singlet state. The radical cation recombines with the freed electron or with a freed electron from another molecule to yield the molecule in the first excited singlet state, which subsequently fluoresces while returning to the ground state. The mechanism by which resonance fluorescence occurs is summarized as follows. See, which is written in the words. This is written here in the form of equations. See, here is the species A. A is initially at the ground singlet state. There is a pairing of electrons plus H nu 1 means on A molecule H nu 1 light is bombarded. H nu 1 is absorbed by A and there is a formation of A star. That means one electron is remains in the ground state and second electron goes to the excited state. Here is a excited species is formed, or the species with greatest energy is present in the excited state. This species, when absorbs second photon H nu 2, when H nu 2 is bombarded on the highest energy containing A star species, there is a formation of A radical plus, means A radical cation, and one electron is lost, means the excited electron is lost after absorption of second photon. This is called as a radical cation and one electron is lost. Due to loss of one electron, this electron is removed here. The A radical cation species contains only one electron. The next reaction of recombination fluorescence is this radical cation again recombines with its free electron, or this species can recombine with the electron from other species, its own species electron or other molecules electron. Here A radical cation combines with electron, it gives A star, and obviously the same reverse reaction is observed. A star with one electron excess as before, and this A star, when comes to the ground state, there is a neutral species formation and the H nu 3 is emitted. See carefully what happens in the recombination fluorescence. Initially, take the neutral species which is present in the ground state, it absorbs H nu 1, there is a formation of the excited species. This excited species bombard second photon on this excited species, there is a formation of A radical cation and one electron is freed or the lost. This radical cation species again recombines with its electron or electron from other species, and there is a formation of again the excited species with excess energy A star, and obviously here is one electron. After absorption of second electron, here are the two electrons, and when this excess energy containing species comes to the ground state, there is a formation of a neutral species A with 2 electrons and spin value is equal to 0, and the third photon is emitted, means the molecule absorbs 2 photons and emits 1 photon during the recombination fluorescence. The delay in the fluorescence is caused primarily by the delay during the recombination state. Horizontal line represents the energetic levels and the direction of arrows represent the spin orientations of the electrons. These horizontal lines shows the electronic energy levels and these arrows shows the direction of arrows represent the spin orientation of the electrons. And the fourth and the rare case is the excimer emission. This is observed at higher concentration than those of normal concentration which is associated with the fluorescence. The molecule in the ground singlet state absorbs radiation and is excited to the first excited singlet state. It means molecule is initially at the ground state, it absorbs radiation, goes to the first excited singlet state. At higher concentration of the ground state molecule, the excited molecule reacts with the ground state singlet to form a dimer in an excited state. When concentration is very higher, at that time ground state molecule and the excited state molecule both reacts with a ground state singlet to form a dimer in an excited state. The excited dimer in an excimer formation occurs, and upon dissociation the excimer yields two ground state monomers and emits radiation. This will be better understood by using this equation. See, here is the species E which is initially present in the ground state F1. It absorbs photon H nu 1. It goes to the excited state. A1 star. When excited state species again forms a bond with the ground state molecule A1, and obviously in a system excited species and the ground state species are in one. That's why A1 star plus A1 there is a reaction. They both are present in one system. Then from this there is a formation of A2 star, and both species are present in the first excited singlet state. And this A2 star, when comes to the ground state, there is a formation of two species of A in the ground state and emission of light in the form of photon h nu 2. See carefully what happens in the excimer emission. See, initially A species is present in the ground state. You can bombard the photon of energy h nu 1 on this species A1. A1 absorbs photon and goes to the excited state A1 star. Next, obviously number of A1 species are present in the ground state. Here take one species of A which is present in the ground state, and the excited singlet state is here with higher energy. They two reacts to form A2 star in the highest excited state, and when this A2 star comes to the ground state, there is a formation of two neutral A molecules and second photon is emitted. This is called as a excimer emission, means two species of the A are formed and second photon is emitted.